Ricky. What's going on?
Well, I'm trying to get us in the mood for some big rig truck myths. I got an amazing email from a fan who is himself a trucker, and he wants us to bust 3 things, and they're all really good. 1, if you're driving next to a big rig when its tire blows, can you be killed or even beheaded by that exploding tire? 2, can you save gas by drafting really close behind a big rig? And 3, can you really drive up inside a big rig at highway speeds like they used to do on Knight Rider?
Awesome. Which one do we get?
How about drafting? Feel like doing some tailgating?
Yeah, that sounds dangerous. All right, let's roll.
Excellent.
It's a manic menu of motorized mayhem. And Adam and Jamie have the first course.
We have a killer of a myth, literally.
Bring it on.
Well, you're in a vehicle alongside a semi-trailer truck, and the myth is that when the tire blows, it's such a powerful explosion that it'll not only break your windshield, but also decapitate you.
That is perfect and right up our alley.
Tires can sure turn nasty. Overpressurize them and the results are explosive. But if you're unlucky enough to be alongside when a big rig tire blows, would you literally lose your head?
So how do you want to proceed with this?
Well, we've got to get a truck tire rolling up to speed somehow, and one way or another, we've got to induce a failure in that tire.
Man, I've heard these things are like bombs when they go off. We don't want to be anywhere near it.
Maybe we can make some kind of stationary rig.
Blowing up a tire on a moving truck is way too dangerous, even for the Mythbusters. But there is a solution. In the Great Gas Conspiracy, Adam and Jamie dabbled with a dynamometer, a device that can spin tires while the vehicle remains stationary.
It busts this whole thing wide open, man. It's crap.
Dynamometer. Now, I was thinking this is a perfect thing for spinning our truck tire up to speed, except that nobody west of the Rockies is willing to let us blow a truck tire anywhere near their dynamometer. We're gonna have to make our own.
Why don't we do it Mythbusters style? We'll, say, get a really powerful old pickup truck and yank the bed off of it and drive the pickup drive wheel up to speed just underneath the truck tire, and that'll take the truck tire up to speed, and we're there.
Let's do it.
In a typically ingenious plan of action, Adam and Jamie will build their own supersized dynamometer. They'll sink a pickup truck, lower a big rig onto the spinning wheels, and put Buster in the firing line.
In 3, 2, 1.
And the first step in taking Buster's block off with a blowout is paring back this pickup.
We cut the sides off this truck because we need to expose the drive wheel. The drive wheel is going to provide the power to turn the big semi-trailer tire. So we need to get at that wheel. We've got everything else out of the way. We'll put the semi-trailer on top of this and fire this puppy up and see what happens.
Jamie makes it all sound so easy, but at the Chabot gun range, the reality is that this is an enormous undertaking.
Our trailer's gonna go here. Our pickup truck's gonna go there.
The pickup's drive wheels need to spin at more than 50 miles an hour. But so that it can't go anywhere, the Mythbusters must sink its tires into the ground.
Dude, give it more gas! Well, hell, that ain't no truck no more. That's a dynamometer.
With the dyno fired up, next the boys need a big rig to put on it. And this should do.
Yeah.
The key to testing this myth lies in suspending this entire truck trailer above the half-buried pickup. And how will they do that? Well, by welding it onto a forklift, of course.
I've just secured our big rig trailer to the biggest forklift we've ever used on the show, which is rated to 30,000 pounds. It's not only a safety precaution, but it's also a key part of the experiment in allowing us to adjust how much pressure is actually on the big rig's tire.
With the forklift locked and loaded, the trailer is lowered into position. And once the 2 tires kiss, everything's ready for a test.
I think it's time to try and spin it up. Let's do it.
Okay.
It's the moment of truth.
Look at that.
Their dynamometer may be ugly, but it works like a charm.
That's what you call the ghetto dynamometer.
So now it's time to burn rubber and blow this big rig myth sky high.
Seems fine.
Yeah, I agree. We get it up to speed. Boom, do it. Welcome back. The myth we're testing is if you're driving alongside a big rig when its tire blows, can that exploding tire kill you or specifically behead you? So, this is our big rig suspended in midair by our 30,000-pound forklift. We are going to lower this down onto our dynamometer. I know it looks like a pickup truck, but in fact it's a dynamometer. It'll spin up to speed. Spinning this wheel in the correct direction, we are going to make this tire fail by hell or high water, and that failing tire hopefully will knock Buster's head right off his body.
The reason we're using a motorcycle here is because this is a worst case scenario. Obviously on a motorcycle you're a lot more exposed. And so if a big tire like this goes off, while we could have put a car there, we figured this is the nastiest thing we can do with this particular experiment.
Things are only going to get nastier for Buster, because to blow the tire, Adam and Jamie are going with the direct approach. That's the shotgun.
We're using a standard 12-gauge shotgun with a deer slug in it. The deer slug is actually one of the heavier bullets that is available in any kind of normal civilian weapon. It'll penetrate the tire, and the big question here is whether the air inside the tire is enough to actually make it rip or do something violent other than hiss.
And what we're hoping, if everything goes really well, what'll happen is that slug will enter the tire right about here and compromise the radial. That's the steel wires that run around the perimeter of the tire. Once that radial gets compromised, if the gods are shining on us, this thing will open up like a zipper and fail in a magnificent fashion, slicing Buster's head right off.
That's the theory, but in case the impact is not enough to sever Buster's head, the team has an injury monitoring backup.
Our crash test dummy has shock watch stickers, so by looking at which one of these gets tripped, both on his head and on his torso, we'll be able to see what kind of damage he sustains during this tire accident.
With the dynamometer spinning, it's time for the magic bullet. Of course, this isn't a typical way for a truck tire to blow, but this should result in the catastrophic failure that this myth needs.
Okay, this is tire blowout, shotgun shell, revving the engine.
While Adam revs the target tire up to highway speeds, Jamie rides shotgun.
I'm good whenever we're clear elsewhere.
He must hit the tire, pump to standard truck pressure of 115 psi, sidewall center.
That's a hit, man. Nicely done. I heard it go up.
Yep.
But that was not the catastrophic failure we wanted.
Jamie was right on the money, hitting the tire dead on, but there sure was no explosion.
That's a neat hole. It's right there.
That's the hole?
Well, that ought to tell us something. I mean, that bullet's that big around. You know, they don't get any bigger than that, and it hit it clean right in the sidewall. It had to hit some of those cables. That was full pressure. It was a perfect hit, so.
The high speed shows the moment of impact as the slug pierces the tire. But Buster's white-knuckle ride is unaffected. To get a tire explosion, you're going to need a plan B.
We have to come up with a new plan because what we're doing isn't working. These tires are super crazy, incredibly resilient.
In the wrong hands, tires can be downright dangerous. But can they kill if they explode? Well, for Adam and Jamie, getting a tire to explode in the first place is proving somewhat troublesome.
But that was not the catastrophic failure we wanted.
So to try to turn a tire torpedo, the team is next going to replicate the last moments of a tire that's done way too many miles. And subjecting another tire to high heat and low pressure should do just that.
Yeah, we need to heat it up with the external heaters, and we need to really reduce the PSI so that we can get the tire flexing, because that adds heat as well.
Flexing is responsible for most blowouts on highway trucks. If air pressure is too low, the rubber wobbles or flexes, and this flexing can cause rapid, explosive disintegration. As well as the heat and low pressure, Adam's also creating his own version of a road-weary tire with an angle grinder.
What I've done is I've worn this tire down to the radial wires through the rubber.
We've got heaters posed on both sides of the tire, and the idea is to bring the overall tire temperature up as high as we can get it with them. We're going to start off slow, kind of like a chicken on a spit. We're going to try and roast the tire. And we'll be looking at this on the thermal imaging camera, and hopefully somewhere in there, with all that flexing and all that heat, we'll get a catastrophic failure.
Trying to keep a low profile, unsuccessfully, Buster is wheeled back in.
Let's back away and give it a little bit of air.
Once the new tire is inflated to 30 psi, a quarter of its usual pressure, the dynamometer is, ready to roll.
Well, we're rotating the tire under stress. It's been going for about 5 minutes and it's already at 150 degrees. That's the external outer temperature of the tire. We know that the tires start to attain their failure mode around 350 degrees. So that's where our butter zone's going to be in this, hopefully. We just got to see how long it takes to get there.
But unfortunately, even after 10 minutes, the butter zone has not been reached.
It's capped there. It's just sticking around 200.
Although heat failed to fire up the low-pressure tire, all is not lost because the Mythbusters have another trick up their sleeves. Will suddenly over-pressurizing the tire result in the biker beheading thereafter?
In this line, it's 150 psi. When I hook it up, it's just going to pass that onto the tire, and if the tire is sufficiently weakened, it's going to blow. Exploding tire, hopefully. Final test. In 3, 2, 1. Come on, baby. Come on.
There we go. That was it.
That was it? It looks just like a zipper.
It opened up where you cut it.
But it didn't propagate.
No,
No,
it didn't really. That wasn't very satisfying.
it wasn't what we're looking for here.
This time the tire did fail, but it still didn't fail catastrophically. With this myth deflating fast, Adam has one final plan.
Well, we've seen the blowout. Let's put it under a little pressure on the bottom tire and spin it up to speed. See if we
Okay.
get some shrapnel out of it.
Adam reckons that if the burst tire spins long enough, something's got to give. And sure enough, as the dyno picks up speed, rubber shrapnel soon starts flying far and wide. But have any of these tire torpedoes toppled our Wild Hog Busters?
This is the coolest toy ever. I think we better pull over.
I'm gonna go stop the truck, all right?
Once the smoke clears, the boys go in for a closer look.
That's terrifying.
Buster seems pretty intact, though.
Let's check his stock watches.
Yeah.
No, nothing's been tripped, but nothing hit him.
Although rubber shrapnel did get flung, none of it hit our biker. So what does this mean for the myth?
If we look at the footage from that camera over there, you'll see one of the large chunks of rubber that flew about 200 feet in that direction.
I watched one piece go like maybe 70, 80 feet straight up. We need to actually find out what happens when you do get hit.
Yeah, we need to make it a non-random event. We need to make a rubber chucker. We need to make something that chucks chunks, large chunks of rubber right at Buster's head to see what kind of damage it'll do.
But before all that, it's time to get kitted out with another myth.
Okay, so what do we got now?
Well, I've got a big rig myth of my own. Have you ever seen the show from the early 80s called Knight Rider?
Yeah, wasn't the car intelligent or something?
It was. Do you remember how that car came in for repairs?
Yeah, he drove it right up into the back of a big rig.
At speed.
Yeah.
I want to know if that's really possible, or if when your 60-mile-an-hour drive wheel hits that ramp, boo, launches you right into the container.
Well, wear your seatbelt.
I will.
Before the Hoff was the Hoff, he was the Knight Rider. And his ride? Well, this four-wheeled black beauty was smarter than your average car. And if it needed running repairs, there was the famous high-speed entry into the team's mobile HQ. But in real life, once you hit the ramp, wouldn't you suddenly accelerate and catapult yourself through the cabin?
Obviously we're going to go full scale, but I think we ought to go small scale first. Let's get like an RC car and a running treadmill and just do the whole experiment in miniature first.
Okay.
Yep, it's the patented MythBuster bench test. In this setup, Adam builds the scaled-down remote control car.
Yeah, look at that.
And Jamie vandalizes a treadmill to replicate the rolling surface of the highway. Ingenious.
The treadmill here represents the road surface. We have a miniature representation of a truck, we have a miniature car. So the main thing that we're looking for here is what happens when the car makes a transition fully from the road surface onto the truck. If it were to do something like a wheelie or just spin out of control, not get traction or something weird like that.
As Jamie said, the crucial moment is when the tires of the car get traction on the ramp. At that point, both vehicles are traveling at much the same velocity. But once it hits the ramp, the car is now moving at speed, and in comparison, the truck is stationary. And the theory is, without a special effects department, wouldn't that cause it to accelerate out of control? But that's just the theory. How about the practice?
You ready?
Yeah. There you go.
No need for practice. In a break with MythBuster tradition, there was first-time success with a small-scale test.
We've been thinking that the moment those back wheels traveling at this speed hit this ramp, that car goes fa-ching.
The high-speed camera confirms there's no for-ching factor. The RC car slid into the trailer as smooth as you like. And even without brakes, its entry was slow enough to prevent a serious fender bender with the back wall of the big rig.
So, I don't know about you, but the small-scale experiment really gave me a lot of confidence that this might actually be possible.
Yeah, and when you think about it, the car's got a lot of inertia, and for this to crash into the back of the semi, it'd have to all of a sudden be going, twice as fast as it was. It's got to really accelerate.
Well, I mean, the only thing for us to do now is to go full scale.
Yep.
Let's get to building a ramp.
Okay.
Incredibly, Adam and Jamie have had reason to doubt the Hoff. They're questioning the signature stunt from his Knight Rider days. Can you really drive up the ramp of a moving big rig, or is it a mythical maneuver? To find out, they followed Carrie, Grant, and Tori to the Madras test track in Oregon.
So we've already done this test in small scale in the shop, and the small scale test really made it clear that this might actually be feasible, that the car's inertia would keep it from doing what we thought it might do in the worst case scenario, which is to shoot up that ramp and right into the big rig in a terrible wreck. So we've come here to try it out full scale and see if we can do it safely.
It's a simple recipe. Take one big rig, one 1980s sports car, and ramp them up at highway speeds. And not just any ramp. Adam and Jamie have custom built their own. After all, it's their lives at stake.
And not an inch to spare. The ramp seems like it's perfect. It seems to be just long enough to do the job and not really hit much on the car. It does a little bit, but it seems like it clears everything just barely. So I think we're good to go.
Now, the team has been behind the wheel for the show before, but they were drunk, on the phone, and driving around in circles.
Uh-oh.
Not exactly ideal preparation for a tricky high-speed maneuver. So it's Stunt Driving 101.
That's a nice maneuver.
All right, guys, you ready for some driving lessons so we can try out this myth?
It's a Hollywood entrance, but Mike soon gets down to business.
I want to show you some spin control, some slide control. I want you to get out there and spin the car around a little bit so you have an understanding of what the car might do if it did come off the ramp. I mean, you're trying to hit a very narrow, 8-foot wide ramp in a car that's over 6 feet wide at highway speeds.
Right.
So you're going to have to be very precise. If something did go wrong, at least you'd know what that felt like already.
Mike thinks hitting the ramp and applying the brakes at the top is the easy part. He wants to prepare Adam and Jamie in case something goes wrong. And with just inches to spare on either side of the ramp, that's a definite possibility.
Yank it. There you go. Nice. Nice.
But spinning dangerously out of control is the reason Adam gets up in the morning.
I just hope the car still works when I get my turn.
Reluctantly, our budding NASCAR driver gives it up for Jamie. But the Parade One buckles up and takes off like he's auditioning for Driving Miss Daisy.
No foot brake.
Oh, yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah.
It's taking a little longer. He's an old man. What are you going to do?
But as the Mythbusters know, you can teach an old dog new tricks. And Jamie soon has the hang of getting an out-of-control car under control.
Okay, turn.
With Jamie's lesson finished, school's out. But did they pass?
So you think we're ready? We're ready to try this thing?
I think you guys did a great job.
Mike's seal of approval means they can move on to the real thing. And with both vehicles on the starting grid, the team meet the bigwig with the big rig.
I can't wait to do this.
Hey, Matt.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Very good.
So you're gonna be our driver, huh?
That's right.
So what's the top speed on this puppy?
Well, we can go as fast as you guys are comfortable getting into the back.
It's tempting, but in an unexpected moment of caution, Adam advocates a safety-first approach.
We're hoping to get up to highway speeds, but we're going to start slow. 30, 35 miles an hour is what the first test is going to be at. And if that works, then we go to 55.
The question now is, who'll be first in the driver's seat?
If Adam doesn't die during this experiment, or maybe if he does, then, I'll have to have a go. But at any rate, Adam will be the first guinea pig, and if it seems okay, I'll go in.
So Adam, the human guinea pig, suits up for the 35-mile-an-hour run. And with just one successful bench test and a 1980s TV show to go on, they're taking no chances with safety.
There's still a lot that can go wrong, which is why we've done a bunch of safety procedures to make this as safe as possible. One, we've added a roll cage into this car. Two, we've added a 5-point safety harness so that if I roll, I'm not going anywhere. And finally, I'm wearing a helmet.
This is it, test time.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
But just as they get underway, it starts raining, making the road and ramp slick, and the challenge just that little bit tougher.
While Adam is driving up into the back of this truck, hopefully, I'm going to be driving right alongside with Mike, who will be coaching Adam in case he sees something going wrong.
Adam accelerates, approaching his target speed.
We're at 25, going to 30. We're at 35 miles an hour.
He takes his time getting precisely in line with the ramp. And when he's close enough, Mike gives him the cue.
Okay, let's go for it.
Look at that.
Well done, well done.
The high-speed camera captures the crucial moment. As the wheels hit the ramp, they slow down significantly, which is where the clever science bit comes in. Any object in motion has a tendency to maintain a constant velocity. This law of inertia acts against the acceleration of the car as it hits the stationary ramp, slowing the car to a crawl and giving Adam plenty of time to stop.
That worked beautifully! That was a cinch! That was so easy!
Which means there's only one thing for it. They're going the whole hog.
I feel like I'm ready to go to 60.
Let's make it 55. That's the legal speed limit, I think, on these things.
Perfect, let's do it.
All right.
Making it safely up that 6-foot gap at 55 miles per hour is a tougher proposition than 35, and the rain is coming down harder.
Let's do it.
Adam guns the engine and hits the speed ceiling quickly.
We're at 55 right now.
Holding steady at 55.
Jamie and Mike are once again in support, unless he crashes, then he's on his own.
Adam, bring it on. Be careful, brother. It's slick.
Look at that. Good job.
Once again, Adam made it look easy. The increased velocity didn't change a thing. The wheels hit the ramp, the car's inertia prevents any crazy acceleration, and Adam parks it.
Nice, man. Great job.
Great! Awesome! Dude, that was scary!
Yeah, that was pretty, I was a little nervous there watching you do that.
With the myth confirmed, there's only one thing left to do. It's Jamie's turn.
This is Jamie. I'm good to go. Over.
And he's going to prove that whatever Adam can do,
Holding.
he can do backwards.
Nice work, Heineman.
Move over the Hoff. The Heineman is here.
So the truck ramp Knight Rider sequence all worked like a charm. I mean, we were able to do everything we tried to do.
Absolutely. You know, one of the things I love most about doing this show is the weird skills we get to learn, like stunt driving.
I don't know when I'm going to have a chance to use it next, but it's nice to know how to do.
Exactly. And the Knight Rider ramp drive up, totally confirmed.
It worked, confirmed.
There's no doubt about it. Tires can provide hours of entertainment. But can these innocent rubber donuts become lethal killing machines? Well, not if the MythBusters are anything to go by. Their dynamometer tests sure burnt some rubber. But Buster came out unscathed.
I have to admit, I'm disappointed. I really wanted to see our rig make a truck tire fail under pressure at highway speeds.
Well, you know, I felt the same way at first too, but after thinking about it, the tire disintegrated exactly the way it would on the highway at those speeds.
Right.
The only thing we really did not get while we were out there was seeing an impact from some of those frags into a dummy.
Suppose that's what we do now. We take our biggest chunk of rubber, we calculate the speed it left our rig at, and here in the shop, we fire it at that speed into a head and see what kind of damage it would do.
Okay, I think we can modify the same rig that we had to do specifically that, to aim it right at a head, and then we'll know whether it works or not.
I think it's a terrific way to finish this up.
All right, let's do it.
Terrific indeed. The plan is to hoist up the pickup truck and sit the drive wheel on another freely spinning wheel. Then a piece of big rig tire will be placed between the wheels, and when the pickup revs up, the tire will be shot out the other side towards Buster. So, fresh from the mud, the pickup is driven into place.
Looks good, looks good. Looks good.
The forklift gives the pickup a raise and holds it in position.
I'm here for you, buddy.
Okay.
An upturned trailer will provide the lower spin wheel for their rubber chucker. Adam and Jamie slide it into place beneath the pickup truck.
I swear, this is the perfect height. Now, one thing we need to remember is the proclivity of your forklift to drift. So we'll want to put one of those farm stands underneath it or something.
So, Jamie welds some crossbars for stability, and their rough and ready rubber chucker is up and running.
This whole thing is another lesson in not messing around. I mean, we have a trailer, we have a truck, we got power, we have wheels. Let's just kind of like put one here, put one there, and we'll shoot some tire rubber.
Adam is going to be the driver in charge of the speed at which the wheels spin.
20, 25, 30.
And when he hits 40, Jamie will feed a strip of rubber that came off their earlier big rig blowout between the wheels.
40.
A hole-in-one on their test board. Adam can barely contain himself.
Wow, there's nothing left but to get this test set up with the head and just go. That is awesome.
This one was going 40 miles an hour, which is, by the best math that we could do on its trajectory and the height it went in the air, about how fast that piece of rubber was going when it left our truck out at the range. So, if this beheads the guy, I'd say this myth is confirmed.
The human analog for the beheading guy has been molded from ballistics gel with a pig spine neck bone.
Look at that. That's Grant with a spine. How you doing, buddy?
Adam and Jamie place him directly in the path of the tire belt.
We've seen that there's a lot of energy contained in these tires when they're spinning. And if they disintegrate, they can throw pieces of themselves at high velocity. So this test is going to see whether these tires can penetrate a car window, whether they can actually break someone's neck. That's effectively what the myth is about.
With the potential power of this rig, Adam and Jamie are taking things to the extreme. Gone is Biker Buster, and instead they'll be firing a tire belt at 40 miles per hour through a car window at the driver's head.
Okay, well, let's fire the truck up and see what this puppy will do.
Right.
30, 35. Go!
Wow! That was awesome, dude.
Amazingly, an almost total headlock. First time at the plate.
His neck is broken.
Oh, he's killed. He's completely dead.
Well, it pulled his spine out of his head.
Anyone coming upon this scene of an accident would say the body was beheaded.
And any chances for recovery are going, gone. Viewed on high speed, the force of the impact is frightening. And it's clear that the only driving our ballistics gel dummy would be doing is in a hearse.
Oh, it's a perfect hit. That's it hit. Oh my God. I mean, it's like there's nothing there.
Final wrap up. What's the verdict on exploding truck tires?
There's not really any two ways about it. If this thing hits you at 40 miles an hour or some other highway speed, they could cut your head off. It's confirmed.
I totally agree. Confirmed.
Hi, Tori.
Hi, guys.
How you doing?
Good.
No, don't tell me.
Exactly. We're about to do an entire episode of nothing but superhero myths.
Superhero myths? Isn't that going to be kind of impossible to test?
Technically, yes. Most superhero powers are totally mythical. No one can run at the speed of light, no one can spin webs, and no one turns green when they get angry and has super strength. But there is an aspect that we can test empirically, and it mostly involves gadgets.
A mythical superhero gadget.
Exactly.
Well, if we're gonna do this in true superhero fashion, I think all of you need to put your underwear on the outside of your pants.
You're right. Let's do it.
When disaster strikes, superheroes
He is Starman.
and their gadgets come to save the day. But now, these torpedoes in tights are also getting put under the MythBusters microscope.
So you look all excited. What's going on?
We are doing a superhero device that I've always wanted to build. It's a key component on the belt of nocturnal echolocating flying mammal man.
Batman.
Yes. Shh. Anyway, he's always got this on his belt, and when he's in danger, he'll fire it at a wall, go boom, stick in the wall, and he'll use either a zip line or a mechanical ascender to get himself away. It's the grappling gun.
We can do that.
In a never-ending fight against crime, superheroes often have to leap tall buildings. And if they can't do it in a single bound, like Superman, they could always rely on their trusty grappling guns to give them that extra lift. But is climbing a building like this really possible?
How are we gonna test this one?
I think that's actually pretty easy. We just gotta get some real off-the-shelf grappling hooks and use them to climb some walls. And we're gonna have to do this one for real, man. We can't fake it this time.
No.
And so, a short time later,
Everything is perfect, right?
Yeah, this area ought to be good.
the MythBusters have a wall, and Adam a grappling hook. No superhero technology here, just a regular off-the-shelf grappler. But will this device be enough to let him climb the walls?
This is grappling hook number one. It's actually collapsible, so I guess it fits in your bag well. And you set it up like this, you thread it down, and there, it's ready to go.
The Battelle Tactical Air-Initiated Launch System, TAILS for short, was developed for the U.S. Navy to aid ship-to-ship rescue.
It's a little bigger than Batman's. It has a tank, it's got a piston, and it just lets the piston go and it shoots the grappling hook. It'll go 100 feet straight up.
And that's a prospect that's got Jamie cackling like a supervillain. Before they crawl the wall, they rig a safety system.
This setup right here is our safety backup. This is a belay system, and so if there's anything that goes wrong with the grappling hook, this will kick in and keep one of us from falling and hitting the ground. Jess will be on the ground paying out rope as one of us tries to climb up. So if that person slips, Jess will catch them.
And Jess will catch them. That's the theory. So will these regular grappling hooks enable Adam and Jamie to walk the wall like the Cape Crusader?
You know, I'm not in really great shape like Batman is, but, you know, we're gonna try.
Oh, I caught a big one. Look at that. That would feed my family for a month.
While Adam struggles with the mojo of the throw, Jamie's off like a shot.
3, 2, 1.
Well, you cleared the whole building, Jamie. Nice work.
Hey!
Finally, Adam's grappling hook also grabs hold.
Is that purchase?
You've got purchase.
So that just leaves the climbing.
You all said Batman?
I'm all set, Boy Wonder.
Adam attacks the wall head on.
This is not gonna happen at all.
Don't remember Batman having this much trouble. With Adam floundering like a fish out of water, Jamie's decided to try a different climbing technique.
What I'm tying here is known as a prusik knot. Basically, it's a one-way knot. When you push on it, it slides up, but when you bear down on it, it won't go the other way.
Thanks to his knots, Jamie soon up, and away.
Oh yeah, he's cruising now.
Ladies and gentlemen, there's a new superhero on the block. Jamie Heineman is the inchworm, able to leap tall buildings, given plenty of notice. But at least he's gaining altitude. His fellow hero's not scaling, he's abseiling.
All right. If you guys don't mind, I'm just gonna lie here for a little while.
No.
Jamie eventually makes it to the top, but not at a great rate of knots.
My little knot trick worked, but it took me probably just under 10 minutes to make it up this 20-foot wall. And if you're a superhero trying to save the little old lady, you need to do it quicker than that.
While both grappling hooks held firm, it was the boys' ascent that failed. To get this myth off the ground, they're going to need to build something that can take the climb out of the equation, superhero style.
I think we need to go back to the shop and build our own solution.
Okay, let's go.
Put on your cape, dust off your tights, and take to the skies, because the Mythbusters are seeing if superhero gadgets are nothing more than a flash in the pan. Adam and Jamie are first trying to find out if the minuscule handheld grappling hooks that hoist up superheroes can really work. So far, their efforts have been more comical than comic book, but now they've hatched an evil plan.
I think our course is pretty clear. I think we're going to have to build this device ourselves.
Yeah, but it seems to me that there are actually two distinct elements to this cable gun winch thing.
Okay, what are they?
Well, you've got the winch, and you've got the gun. So why don't we treat them separately, and one of us build one build the other.
So why don't you take the mechanical ascending rig, and I'll take the gun that fires the thing into the wall that sticks in the wall.
Okay.
And then we'll finish off with the final climb off.
Great.
All right.
Our superheroes go head to head. Jamie's task is to build a super lightweight winch to ascend buildings at the push of a button. Adam's making a device that can shoot a cable into a concrete wall.
I got the nail in there. Look at that.
There's just one rule. Both gadgets have to be as small as possible so they can fit on a superhero's belt.
The challenge in this particular case is how small can we get it? It's got to be really powerful and really small.
Jamie's device straps to his forearm and is powered by a battery on his belt. The motor is the smallest and fastest he could find. It puts out 30,000 RPM, but by itself it's not powerful enough to hoist Heinemann up a high-rise.
These gear reductions actually translate the power that this engine puts out into something I can use. Instead of 30,000 RPM, they're reducing the speed and increasing the torque. So I end up with something that is 750 RPM, but very powerful.
It's sure got a flashy superhero feel, but will it work? Jamie's going to test it on his sidekick.
What I'm going to do, instead of trying to pull myself up, is actually pull Jess along the floor. She's going to go skiing in the shop.
All right, Jamie, I'm ready.
Does Jamie's rig have the pulling power to make Jess do the shop floor shimmy?
It worked.
It worked. Looks like superhero gadget number 1 is ready to roll. Meanwhile, on the other side of the myth cave, Adam's getting the drop on his cable firing device.
Batman's grappling gun, it can do a bunch of things, but the one I'm concerned with is that it can shoot over into a brick or concrete or masonry wall and stay there and actually string a cable that can support Batman's weight.
The centerpiece of his design is a .22 caliber nail gun.
Takes a rimfire .22 caliber shell here, sticks in there, put your nail in the tip, bring it up to it, bang, hit it, crack. .22 caliber shell fires a nail right into the concrete.
His cunning plan, attach the cable to the nail gun, then fire that from a diver's spear gun. When the nail gun hits the wall, the blank round fires the nail into the concrete, and the cable's ready to cross. Like this.
In 3, 2, 1.
Oh, well, sorta.
Batman probably didn't get it on his first try either.
No.
So,
You know, it's going to take time.
3, 2, 1.
Oh. Shoot, you got to work out that hitting the wall part. Adam's little firing mechanism here is totally superhero-esque, and it's dangerous, so that's MythBuster-esque.
Obviously, I'm going to go back to the other shop and play around with aiming and adding some air power to this to get a better throw.
Once he's done that, the scene is set for a superhero grappling gadget showdown.
You all set with that thing?
I am. You're just working?
Works like a charm.
Let's go be Batman.
Okay.
It's the MythBusters Superhero Special. If you're a cape-clad hero, it's not good for the image to be seen taking the elevator. You get much more cred if you fire your trusty grappling hook and quickly ascend to the city skyline. Adam and Jamie have devised their own miniature superhero-style grappling devices and are looking for the same uplifting experience.
Perfect. You want to go first or should I?
Sure, I'll go first. How about right over here?
Today we've come north of the MythBusters shop to the Hamilton Air Force Base in Novato. And while it may look like an abandoned aircraft hangar, in fact it is a super modern superhero training facility.
Jamie prepares to go from mild-mannered Mythbuster to skybound superhero. Adam's impressed.
That's awesome.
Awesome it may be, but does it fit the size criteria? Remember, superhero devices are unfeasibly small.
I think it qualifies in the size criteria. The motor he's chosen is absolutely the highest powered tiny motor that is out there that's declassified.
Jamie's rig doesn't have to shoot the cable. We just want to know if it can lift him like a superhero.
God, I hate these things. Give me a ladder any day of the week.
Adam attaches Jamie's cable to a beam.
So Jamie's climb is going to be a straight vertical ascent. There's going to be nothing around him. He is using only the tiny line that's high test to get him to the rafters, which are about 27 feet off the floor.
Just in case it's not clear, this line is a safety. This isn't helping in any way to pull me up. This is only in case this breaks, then Adam and Jess will stop me.
Can Jamie's grappling gadget get him off the ground?
I've had no time to test it, no time to do anything other than assemble it and come out and then put my life on the end of it. I just have this sinking feeling that I'm going to hear this little tink, and it's going to be all over.
Okay, in 3, 2, 1.
Jamie's soaring towards success when the cable suddenly snaps. And like Superman after a brush with kryptonite, our hero comes back down to earth.
I think I should maybe pick the slightly heavier line.
Did the line snap?
Uh-huh.
Thanks to Adam and Jess, Jamie was spared a painful fall from grace.
It's a little scary, actually, but, you know, the motor actually didn't even know I was there, you know? So it's plenty of power.
The heavier lines wound on, and once again,
Yeah, it's good.
Jamie's all up in the air.
All the way. Oh, come on. Oh, you can do it. Oh, yeah.
I made it.
That's a surefire superhero success, just like the comic strip.
He made it from the floor to the rafters in 20 seconds. That's 27 feet. That's superhero speed.
But how's he going to get back down?
Shoot.
The rig's got no reverse gear. With the device strapped to his arm, Jamie has no choice but to sever the line and hope Adam and Jess can give him a soft landing. He makes the cut. And that's when things come crashing down.
I just whacked myself in the nose really hard. Yeah, I cut the line and it was like snap, whack. Just not the kind of thing you want to hit yourself in the face with.
This right here is the blood of the Heinemann, revered by the Chinese for its healing and restorative properties. In a few hours, it will begin to eat through the floor of this building, and then it will replicate.
I tell you what, this thing has balls. It's totally capable of pulling me up and more. We just built it in a couple days, so it's got some bugs, so sue me. But with another day, maybe I could make this like really sweet, and it's just fantastic. It works like a charm.
So Jamie passed with flying colors. A miniature motorized ascender is really possible. Which means next up, it's Adam and his concrete-piercing grappler.
I haven't come up with a name for it. Nocturnal echolocating flying mammal man's cable shooter? How's that?
In the MythBusters Superhero Special, Jamie just leaped a tall building with a single motor. But can Adam fire a line into a wall?
This is an underwater spear gun firing this weight behind a .22 caliber rimfire concrete nail round, which will activate this piston, driving this nail into the wall. Also, on its way, we'll be dragging this cable going into the wall, hopefully leaving it in the wall with enough force that I can tie it off at the other end, hook a pulley up to it, and down to the wall.
It's not as small as something Batman would use, but will it work? Adam takes his position on his make-believe rooftop and takes aim at the villain's lair.
3, 2, 1. All right, reset.
He reloads. Again. And again. The nail gun's firing when it hits the wall, but for some reason the nails aren't penetrating. Seems those dastardly crooks have built their hideout from some sort of super tough material.
This is definitely harder concrete than anything I've dealt with before, because I've never seen that kind of thing.
And it is a military base.
It is a military base.
But a superhero never gives up.
Unfortunately, the way it works in Batman movies doesn't involve him shooting at something and it bouncing off and falling on the ground. However, that's probably the reality of this type of device.
But Perseverance Savage finally finds a chink in the armor.
But I think I'm in.
You're in.
Dude, I'm trying it.
Go for it.
Here we go.
The nail's not in deep, but our hero's gonna swing into action. Adam clips into a safety harness and prepares to put his superhero status on the line, literally.
I'm clipping into the line, Boy Wonder.
I'm Batman. You're Boy Wonder, and if you make it across, then you can be Batman.
Oh, really?
I made it all the way up.
Can Adam swing to superhero glory, or will he plummet to sidekick status?
In 3, 2, 1. Oh!
Well, it looks like your boy won.
Oh!
The line couldn't hold Adam's weight. The nail pulled straight out of the wall, leaving him just hanging around.
Personally, I think the idea of a belt-sized shooter that will get you into any kind of wall is totally busted. Can someone let me down now?
I would say that your device was exceptional. It really did, I think, make it a plausible case for a belt-wearable, superhero-like mechanical ascending rig.
Well, thank you. And your cable shooting rig actually seemed like it worked quite well, but it just didn't quite make it into this hardened concrete. I'm not so sure that I'm ready to give that one up, but for now we have to call it busted.
Yeah, totally busted.
Let's get out of here.
All right.